What's up? It's your boy NoodleNick. Today, camera person nowhere to be found. OBSBOT is my camera person. We got the OBSBOT Tiny 3 4K. It's a 4K upgrade. We reviewed the OBSBOT Tiny 2 last year when it came out, and they sent us this new one. It hasn't come out yet. They sent it to us early, so let's go ahead and get it unboxed. Then we'll talk a little bit more about it. It also comes with a wireless mic. So this year I won't have to walk around with my mic on a wire like last year. Hey, super versatile. So if you want a webcam, that comes with a mic that you can clip onto your shirt like how I have here, and I can just walk around and do whatever I want. No constriction of mic. That's pretty cool. So let's get these open. We'll test them out, get them set up on the computer, and then I'll show you what they look like. Let's do it. Boom. Move the book. That's just a book. Oh, it comes in a little carrying case. Whoa! Yes! Yes! And then we have the wireless microphone. It's the OBSBOT Vox SE. Uh-oh, I think we got another carrying case on our hands. Boom. Oh, it's cool. It's like a little coin purse. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, we got a Type-C to Type-A cable. Nice. We get windscreen. Cool. We get a magnetic clip or something. The charging dock. Nice. And the microphone. Look how tiny it is. It's adorable. Look how cute that is. Let's take a look at the OBSBOT Titan, OBSBOT Tiny 3. Boom. Oh, it's so cute and tiny. I love it. Oh, it's literally called Tiny. That's funny. Duh. But this is way smaller than the one from last year, and it's 4K. Look at it. Look how tiny that is. There's no way that's a 4K. That's literally a 4K AI tracking webcam. And a little mount, if you want to stick it on your, like that. And then you hang that on your monitor. And then you close this little leg back there a little bit. Boom. That's so cool. I love this. This is huge. The longevity of OBSBOT has increased immensely. And then we have a nice long Type-C to Type-C cable and a little adapter as well. Very nice, in case you don't have any Type-Cs left. 4K webcam, look at how tiny that is. This one's only $350. So if you want like AI tracking, 4K, really good low light conditions, is absolutely one of the best low light conditions. Like the auto coloring, the auto color grading and stuff is immaculate. It made me look so beautiful. It was amazing. So OBSBOT this year is implementing silicone microphones powered by MEMS, or micro electromechanical systems technology. It's the same premium microphone hardware architectures used in high-end TWS earbuds, professional hearing aids, and studio-grade recording equipment. They combine 3 silicone MEMS microphones, 1 omnidirectional and 2 directional, a setup typically found only in high-end audio gear. They capture sound evenly from every direction, while the 2 directional silicone MEMS mics lock onto your voice and reject unwanted noise from other angles. This hybrid architecture delivers studio-like clarity and spatial separation that no single mic webcam can match. So let's go ahead, and I think we're going to set this up at the computer, and then I'm going to talk to you guys through the OBSBOT. This will be the last time you'll be seeing me through not OBSBOT. So I'll see you once I get all set up. See you there. Here's OBSBOT software. It's called OBSBOT Center. I just kind of want to show you guys a little bit about the software. The tracking's already on. Quality's at 4K, so 30 FPS right now. But like, what's up, dude? You know what I'm saying? I don't have to touch nothing, bro. I ain't touching nothing. I can just go over here. I just go sit in this chair over here. Watch this. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, right now it's in 4K. You could also do 1080p 120. You could do 780, 720p 120 if you want to. If you guys want to like slow down, do some slow motion stuff. Right now I have human tracking on. I could turn that off and then it won't follow me. I could turn it back on and it'll follow me. They've also added voice controls, which I'll go over once we get to it, but you can now turn tracking on and off with your voice. Okay, so you got a bunch of different auto zoom methods here. In case you want to walk around, it'll track different parts of you if you want a headless and it'll follow me. They've also added voice controls, which I'll go over once we get to it, but You can now turn tracking on and off with your voice. Okay, so you got a bunch of different auto zoom methods here. In case you want to walk around, it'll track different parts of you if you want a headless. For some reason, you don't want your head in. You only want to show this region for some reason. You could do that. If you want to only show the lower body, for some reason, and then zone tracking. They'll only track within the user-defined range. So if you want a secret range where you could hide from the camera, you can do that. Sound source assisted tracking. So now it's kind of listening for what's going on around you so that they can kind of help track better. I noticed last year when I reviewed them and I was using them pretty heavily, one of the issues was that if I stood up pretty fast, that I wouldn't be able to track, but they seem to fix it. And I'm assuming it's probably from audio. Like I stand up really fast and it'll still figure it out. Like before, if I stood up really fast, it would just like get lost, you know, it would just turn yellow and just like stop, you know, or just like go look up at the ceiling or whatever. But it's a lot better with the tracking. I can be really quick. Like I used to have to babysit this thing, really. I used to have to like sit down in the chair real slow so that it would track me, but that was quick, dude. And this is on tracking speed slow, so we can do tracking speed fast, and then it'll be a... You can't find me. You know what I'm saying? The fast one's a bit much, though. I like to keep it on slow. And you have voice tracking, desk mode, hand tracking in case you want to use it for a hand cam or whatever, you can do that. And whiteboard mode. Then you have some presets if you want to add them. You can also manually turn camera, but it'll turn back because auto tracking on. And then there's also presets for wide, medium, and narrow. If you have it in narrow, the tracking is going to be a lot crazier. If you put narrow fast, it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of moving around, you know what I'm saying? But this thing's quick, bro. Like, for real. That's insane. They definitely improved this thing a lot. But like I said, my standard is slow. I keep it 4K 30. I try not to move around too much. But if you want to like go crazy, you could do 1080p 120, and it'll make you look super smooth and lifelike. If you're like doing exercise streams or something like that, it'd be kind of cool. Exercise stream. That's pretty much it in the console settings. And then in the image, some of my favorite stuff, I have HDR on. Turn that off. I used to run OBSBOT with HDR off, I think. Makes the colors look a little bit nicer. Thoughts? It makes the NoodleNick sign look better, I think, and like some of the background lighting. Then you have autofocus. You have global and face. If you want to kind of blur the background just a little bit and just have it focus on only your face, then you put face. I usually do global in case I want to like hold something up. Will it zoom? Not if it's on face. So depending on what you do, you might want to use face or global. I like to use global. Auto exposure, I leave that on. All their auto settings are really good. I leave them all on, literally. I leave almost all the stuff at default. This usually comes off. I change this to 60 hertz so it gives a little bit of a smoother image, especially when moving around. I keep the white balance on auto, and I keep all these. If you want to add maybe like a little bit of contrast, a little bit of saturation, some sharpness, never hurts. Okay, so device sleep, auto sleep. I would just leave this on. OBSBOT likes to go to sleep. He'll just point his camera straight down so he can't look at you anymore, which is kind of nice, good privacy stuff. So I keep the auto sleep on usually because if it's being used by a device, then it won't go to sleep. And if you're not being used, then it really shouldn't be on. So this is a good setting to have. Okay, so here's gesture control. So we're going to try some of these. So we can turn on off tracking by doing this. And the indicator light flashed on the OBSBOT. It turned it green. So now I know I can go over here and hide from you guys. And you don't even know what I did over there. And then to turn it back on, no mouse, just. And then now when I go over here, I'm in trouble. They got me. And then you can just turn it off. And either hand works. Hell yeah. Okay, now you can do a zoom too. Gesture control zoom. And you can zoom out. Can you do it backwards? Can you do the other one? Hell yeah. You don't ever need to touch nothing. Dynamic zoom. Zoom in and out with hands. What? Shut up! No! That's not real! Yo! That's so cool! What the hell? Yeah, I'm just pinching the air right now. Hey. Hey, yeah, zoom out. Yeah. Hey, yo! I forgot I could just do the quick one. Yo! Oh, that's so cool. Okay, then you get directional flip. Voice control. You could say hi, Tiny. You could say sleep, Tiny. Hi, Tiny. Oh, shit. That just worked off rip. Can I get my tracking back? Let's go. Okay, track me. Unlock me. Track me. Yo! Okay, I might turn those off because I wouldn't want to accidentally say something, you know? You could zoom in closer, zoom out farther. The zoom factor, you could change it to 4 if you want. So when you hit the L, it zooms in 4 times instead of 2 times. Wow. Hell yeah. I'm gonna keep it at a 2 though. I'm gonna keep it a stack for real. Hey bro. Zoom out, dog. You know what I'm saying? Dang, bro. Okay, you got position 1, 2, 3, and then you have your audio. So here is where we have our little OBSBOT microphone. So I have that set up already. It's right here. Look at yourself. There it is. Yes. See, if you had face tracking on, it would have been able to do that. Okay, it's automatically connected. I just took it out of the dock. It's just a little magnetic dock. I already showed you guys, but pretty cool little thing. I just had it set up right there. And here's my microphone. And it comes with that little clip. You can see it's picking up my voice on the voice thing. So I'm going to switch over to the OBSBOT mic for a little bit and see how that sounds. All right, cool. Okay, so this is the OBSBOT microphone. I don't know what it sounds like, to be honest. It looks like it's coming in a bit low. Let's see if I can get that turned up a bit. Hello, 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 hello. So for this on the back, there's just a little clip with a magnet on the back. You just stick the magnet to the back of this. And then you stick that to your shirt. Now I'm mobile with the OBSBOT mic. I hope it sounds okay. So now I could like be over here. You know what I'm saying? And you guys should be able to pick up, even though I'm nowhere near my other microphone, should be able to pick up some audio and I can go anywhere I want because I'm mobile now. Heck yeah, dude. I got this thing just with me. That's cool. All right, so I hope that sounds good. I'm gonna switch back to the other mic and yeah. OBSBOT Vox SE. Is this a good solution to, instead of having the mic on the webcam? I'd say so. It's pretty cool. Nifty little thing. It's cute. It's got a little dock. It's got a little carrying case. They literally have not missed here. Not once. I'm going to put this back on the dock. And you can dock it with the stuff all on it. So there's a little microphone that comes with it. That's super helpful, man. Okay, and then you just got a bunch of, you got switch 2 mode. So if you want to use this as a camera for the switch 2, you can do so. It'll limit it to 1080p, but you could still have the tracking. So if you want a tracking Nintendo Switch 2 camera, this might be your man. Especially when it comes with a carrying case and everything. That's pretty nice. You can mirror image, view, and gimbal reversed if you want to. This is the status light. There's a little light on the front of the camera that tells you what's going on. I like to leave this on, but to leave it dim, because when you put your hand up like this, right now it's blue, but when I put my hand up, it flashes and then it turns green. And that's how I know that it's not tracking me, when there's a good little green light on, so you could tell by the colors. And they got some beauty mode filters and stuff too. And that's just a one-touch modes because it's being used by OBS. I can't change those right now. This is the new 4K Tiny 3, $350 from OBSBOT, one of a kind, AI tracking. It's just so cool. I just love it. I love it so much. I used this for a really long time, the Tiny 2, and it was awesome. And just the fact that you can get 4K quality, $350 with AI tracking and really good low light. Like I keep talking about the low light conditions. I'll show you. I'm going to turn the lights off in here. Like I used to stream straight up in the dark every night with just this webcam on. It's amazing. It's so good for low light conditions. Like follow me. That ain't bad. My lights are pretty much off. You can still see me. There's no light pointed directly at me besides some light on my monitor. But like, dude, I'm telling you, man, like if you want AI tracking, you want to try it out, this is definitely your guy. But their 1080p version also works really well. I use it for a long time. You can go back to some of my older videos and see the tracking. It's a really cool thing, and I think it gets a lot of people to kind of stop and be like, what is that? Did he do that? What's going on? How is his camera moving like that? Live. It's cool. It's kind of like streaming with like live editing, you know. I don't know. It's just a cool thing, and I feel like that's where the world's headed these days, is to do stuff like on the fly like that and just be able to like use hand gestures, use voice controls. I think it's just such a cool thing, man. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's on 4K mode right now, but if you want the tracking to be a little bit smoother, you could do 1080p, 120. I just love OBSBOT. I'll never stop loving OBSBOT. So if you want one, check the link in description. Smash like, subscribe on this video so they know the NoodleNick army means business. Definitely give it a chance. If you like OBSBOT, you like their vibe, maybe check out one of their cheaper cameras. They work out pretty well. They're very affordable. You know, they have very affordable 1080p cams and stuff like that. So just give them a shot. And me personally, I don't usually download software from companies, but I go out of my way to download the OBSBOT software because I'm pretty familiar with it and I like using it. And I don't think that it's super resource intensive on the computer or anything. And they just upgraded everything this year, man. They put a carrying case and everything that I complained about over the entire year while I was using their OBSBOT. They 100% must have heard it, implemented it, and I absolutely love it. They did a bang up job here. 10 out of 10. Smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Thanks, OBSBOT. Bye.